Hello, my beloved Pisces friends. This is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I'm here with you guys today. I've been a little blurry with your new moon in Aries tarot card reading. I'm actually going to be doing a special spread called the Talisman of the Golden Table from the John D Oracle today, and we're going to be clarifying that with tarot. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you just returned, thank you so much for coming back. You guys, I gotta let you know how grateful I am to have my little Soul School community and to have you as a part of it. So thank you so much for being here. I really am wishing the best for all of you in the collective. Just really trying to send out as much love and light as I can to raise the vibration, but at the same time, we're not ignoring the fact that for many of us, there is work to be done within. So if you are looking for guidance on love, please check out my most recent interactive tarot card reading, also known as a pick-a-pile. I have several messages that I delivered there about relationships. I also have a pick-a-pile reading that I did to kind of help you cope with some of the sudden changes that have been kind of foisted upon us. Is that the right word? Foisted upon us in these perilous times. So once again, welcome and thank you for being here. And my goal today ultimately is to deliver a message of empowerment to you all. All right. Check out those other readings if you're interested. Definitely check out the astro forecast for this new moon, as well as, honestly, I've been pointing people to the past two astro forecasts for the new moon in Pisces, as well as the full moon in Virgo. All right. So lots of good information if you're interested in the astrology. You guys, if you just want the message from the cards, let's go ahead and get into it. This is for my Pisces, sun, moon, and rising signs. I'm kind of like just in a zone right now. So if I said something different earlier about the sign, I'm sorry. This is for my Pisces. Hi guys, I'm really glad to have you here. Mercury is direct again, but still traveling through the sign of Pisces, which for me, honestly, makes reading an absolute delight, okay? I'm getting into my Pisces space, my psychic space. Alrighty, so here's what's up with this spread I'm doing today. It actually looks at 4 different areas of your life. And each of those cards in the John D Oracle deck has a different meaning depending on which area of your life it falls into. But it also poses us a question that we can begin to explore with the tarot. Starting off, however, we do have a central card that's usually going to be a John D Oracle card. I'm replacing that today with a card from my Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. And this card kind of represents your center. Where can you find your harmony, but also where are all these 4 towers, these 4 areas of life going to come together? And so I keep getting 2 cards and I'd really like to have 1. So let me go ahead and focus my energy on this, channeling the divine spirits of love and light, archangels, ancestors, allies, and guides, mine as well as those of my collective. Thank you so much for the guidance that you give to us on a daily basis. You know what? I have to take those too. I understand. I understand, Spirit. Thank you. And thank you for the ability to channel these messages to the Pisces collective today. You guys, I kept saying that I just wanted to do 1 card, and it kept giving me 2. And the reason why I decided to keep these is because these are the first 2 cards that it tried to give me. All right. Now, I just did my whole reading with Cancers using the Shadow Self card in the center. So I think it's really interesting that what we've got here is that plus transition. Okay. I really want to point you to all the things. I don't mean to be lazy, you guys. I don't even remember all the things that I said about the significance of this card to Cancer, but it's all within like the first 10 minutes of the video. So definitely check out Cancer right now. Okay. Because the Shadow Self, it's our darker parts that we have to deal with, okay? And I really feel like you guys are going through some sort of tremendous transition in your life. A lot of us are, okay? And you see how, ooh, okay, now the messages are talking to each other. You guys have already begun the shadow work. Because see how she's afraid to step under the archway? And I mean, there's a spider web there and everything. I talk about that in the Cancer video. All right. She's afraid to step in and do the shadow work. This is somebody who is under that archway. They're doing the work. You're going through some sort of transition that is the result of looking within. All right? That's a beautiful energy, Pisces. You guys got this, okay? You're coming out of that wintry energy, and I'm going to put this on top. That wintry energy, okay? A time of stagnation, a time where things were dying more than they were growing. All right? And now those things are behind you, and I feel like you guys are really in the midst of the process. Like with Libra, I talk about going into shadow work over a specific area of their life with the Libra reading this time around. With the Cancer, we just really talk about what it means for them to go within and the shadow work that's being recommended for them at the time. Like I said, I feel like you guys are in the middle of it. So let's see if we can't find some messages of empowerment to help you move through this transition that you're currently facing in your life. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start out. Like I said, there are 4 towers or areas of life in this reading, and so each one is kind of ruled over by a particular archangel. So we're going to call on those archangels at this time. Draw a card for each of these 4 areas of life and then explore them using the guidebook and clarify with tarot. All right. So we're starting off with work and external influences, calling upon the Archangel Uriel for a message for our Pisces collective today. I feel like when it's acting like this, Archangel Uriel has a lot of messages. So let's pare it down. What is the one that's most helpful for them at this time? Robert Flood. He is an astrologer. Astrologers are all about observing. Okay, so you guys are in a position where I think there's still a lot of changes happening around you. In fact, that's what I feel like is happening with this, like whatever is going on around his head. Okay, so a lot of changes happening in the world around you, and you're just really trying to observe them right now, but we're going to get into that a lot deeper. When it comes to health and well-being, in the East, Archangel Raphael has provided us with the green geographer, Gerardus Mercator. He's the first dude to like figure out how to make a globe. That's pretty cool. But geographers are all about journeys. So when it comes to your health and well-being, there's going to be a message about a journey coming out, all right? Going to the south, Archangel Michael is going to deliver a message regarding your intentions and directions. You guys, I said this wrong. Up here at the top, we have the astrologer. He's all about looking towards the future. The astronomer is the one who's about observing, okay? And he's showing up in the position of direction and intentions. And I guess that's our card from Archangel Gabriel in the area of love and inspiration. Okay, so this is Sir Francis Drake, and we just had him in the last reading, but in a different position. So, like I said, we'll go into each of these, and they're going to pose a question to us that we will explore. I'm working on this with the Game of Thrones tarot for you guys. All right, so this is the green astrologer, Robert Flood. And we're going to see what message he has for you today. And then what question this card is posing to us. All right. Be aware. Ooh, you guys, you remember? I just showed you this. Look who's on the bottom. The magician. Listen to this message. Be aware of the magical element in your life. Magic is more than incantations and spells. It's also intuition, inspiration, and a sense of wonder that permeates everything. What signs do you see around you that may have a bearing on your issues? How often have your innate perceptions led you to make a life-changing decision? Whatever problems face you, try to feel the influence of deeper forces that alter the way you look at things. Archangel Uriel asks, what magic would you invite back into your life? You guys, are you going through a spiritual awakening right now? Give me 5. Yes, it's hard work, isn't it? Isn't it? Whatever awakening you guys are going through, whatever transition you guys are going through right now, there's something truly magical about it. It is unlocking a power that lies within you. sipping on lots of water. So thanks for your patience with me. I'm going to get into this deck. This is really exciting. Ooh, the Two of Spears. That's another very magical card. All right. Wow, you guys. I'm excited. All right. So what magic can you bring back into your life is what Archangel Uriel is asking us at this time. We're going to go ahead and clarify this. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and clarify this with the Game of Thrones Tarot. All right. And you guys, stop it. I just did all that shuffling and look what's here. It's the Magician. This is a message that's been coming out for a lot of signs. All right. The new moon in Aries is about new beginnings. A lot of us are in this position where the world around us is changing and we're not sure what our future really looks like, but we have the power to create it. Oh, shit, you guys, what magic would you let back into your life? You guys, I knew that the Ace of Cups was going to show up today because that's what led me to go to this deck is they showed me a picture of the Ace of Cups. It's so freaking gorgeous. Let me get one more card out and I'll show it to you. And then that Judgment card, if you guys are a Game of Thrones fan, this Judgment card is everything, all right? I would like to get, please, one more card. This is about bringing love back into your life, you guys. But also, that cup is about your intuitive space. Oh, okay. These two came out together. You guys are getting all the extra cards today, all right? This Ace of Cups is your heart just bursting open with love. Look how beautiful this Ace of Cups is, you guys. Okay. So it's from one of the wedding feasts, all right? I think it is when, what's his name, Joffrey got married? I don't know. But look how really beautiful this is. Okay, it's very jeweled. It's got those horns. This Ace of Cup, it's not only emotion, but it's also intuition flowing. Just really, 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 really flowing. And it's actually pulling me more towards the idea that it's your intuition. All right, than just emotion. But this is something dead being brought back to life, okay? Like there was just this great big battle between the wildlings and the army of the dead. And then all of a sudden this dude pops up and he raises his hands and all of the dead wildlings stand up. And oh my God, now they are a part of this army of the dead, all right? So there is something about switching allegiance. Does that make sense? That's why they told me this story. Because all these people were fighting against this guy and they died. But this guy has the power to raise the dead. Bloop. So you know what? Yeah, you're on my side now. All right? So something that you may have previously seen as an opponent, you can now see as an ally. And it might be your intuition. Okay, because here's what's going on. It's flowing, but I don't think you're listening to it. And I don't think you're really using it to make decisions in your life at this time. Okay. This Judgment is making decisions based on your intuition. But I feel like you're not accepting it as truth. You're not accepting it as fact. All right. It's a different way of knowing. All right. Please understand. This is a different way of knowing. All right. So Pisceans are extremely intuitive people. A lot of you guys are making me feel like, or no, Spirit right now is making me feel like a lot of you guys have been having dreams, like just a ton of dreams. Let them inform your decision-making process. Okay. Trust in it. Believe in it, you guys. All right. It believes in you. We're going to go to the Green Geographer. I think I said before the Geographer is about journeys and he falls into the position of the East with health and well-being. All right. So circumstances can change overnight and you may find yourself uncertain of what direction or action to take next. Try to be prepared for all eventualities by looking ahead and by being aware of your inner health. Quality of life can be affected by a number of things, but if you remain alert, you will be able to overcome most obstacles in your path. You guys, this is specifically a message about if you have this flow of intuition and you're not letting it manifest as understanding, that can actually upset your inner balance. Okay? I'm not going to say that all anxiety problems and all panic attacks are related to this, but I was going through a period of time about a year ago where I was having panic attacks and anxiety. I have PTSD real bad, you guys. And it was really fucking up my life. Pardon my language, but it was fucking up my life. That whole time, my intuition had been activated and was trying to talk to me, and I wasn't listening to it. Okay? But as soon as I started listening to my intuition, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, all my PTSD symptoms, they started to subside. They started to be something that I could control and I could work with, because I was allowing the flow within myself. I was allowing the flow of my intuition. I was allowing myself to receive that information that it was bringing to me and let it inform my decisions. That's how I got where I am today. And y'all, I love where I am today. Just so you know, okay? You can do it too. Check this out. Archangel Raphael asks, how do you stay in tune with yourself? So I think that's what he wants to deliver right now, is just kind of some tips for how can you best do that. How can you make this connection from the Ace of Cups to the Ace of Swords? Alrighty, let's do this. Can I get 3 cards, please, Spirit? By the way, you guys, if you're watching me on your phone, just double tap the left side of the screen to skip through my shuffling. If you don't, like, if it bothers you that I shuffle on screen, just because you get a much better message and you get a live message. Okay. Ooh. Ew. I love this. Look who we've got again. Yeah, the Night King. The Night King. Working on the Night King. All right, you guys, I'm being a goofball. I've been trapped in the house for so long. Look at all these. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Spears. So this is the happiness at home. Creating a home environment that you can grow in. All right. Definitely keeping your, ooh, I understand. Okay. So they want me to share with you this practice that I have. Sometimes I do get too much in my head. I get too much in the Ace of Swords zone, and I'm not listening to my Ace of Cups upright. I'm not listening to my intuition. So what I do is just called service to self. That's what I call it, okay? Because you guys, backstory. When I was growing up, cleaning was the responsibility of the children, and extra cleaning duties would come along with any sort of punishment, all right? So I don't have this real positive connection between, oh, if I clean up my house, that's self-care. It feels like some sort of punishment, service to others, right? So I call it service to self. I get out there, I clean up my house, I make my home environment a really, really, really pleasant place to be. And in that process is where my intuition flows to me. I release the mental thoughts, okay? I push that guy out of the driver's seat. Like the Emperor, oh my God. Like I'm literally seeing this image where the chariot, it's the chariot moving forward, and the High Priestess comes along and just pushes the Emperor out, because the Emperor wants to maintain control of everything. He's very logical, he's very rational. Whereas the High Priestess goes within and she just has this inner knowing, all right? So you got to let the High Priestess drive the chariot for a while, because what happens is when you're in this sword space, this is exactly it. You get into this space where you have all of these thoughts that are informed by the outside world. They're not informed by your intuition. Because there's a distinct differentiation between thoughts and intuition at this point in time. All right. So the King of Swords is going to master those. He's going to come in. He's going to be like, you know what? This is my sword now. I'm going to take all these thoughts that I'm having and I'm going to let them inform me. And I'm going to move forward in a kind of a calculated way, in a logical, grounded, I am the boss of the swords kind of way. All right. So, but something about working on your home environment, maybe cooking, maybe crafting, but get into that nesting mode. And for some reason, I feel like that is the best time for you guys to really kind of balance your inner self, stay in tune with yourself. Make sure you're staying active though. All right. Because if you're just chilling out in your head, that's how you end up blinded by not knowing what to believe. Okay, so I'm shoveling up right now just so I can dive right into this next one with you guys. The red astronomer shows up in the position of intentions and directions. So guiding principles when you're moving forward in life. And this red astronomer, the astronomers are all about observation. All right, you've got Johannes Kepler. All right. Did you know, like, he looked at the sky every night? I'm pretty sure it was it his notes? He took notes. And he took observations, like plotted the chart of the planets, charted the course of the planets. I don't know the words, okay? The intuition is coming through right now. And then I think it was Galileo that used all of that to discover the things he discovered, okay? Whatever direction life takes you in, you will be faced with questions that require answers. Questions in themselves can help you to evaluate your own ideas and those of others. Even the most basic questionings prompt a response that can transport you into new areas of intent. Always listen to such indicators and never feel you cannot ask the same question over and again. Keep looking for bridges and signs that will guide you towards your intended goal. Archangel Michael asks, how do you question the questioners? So this is all about, you think you've come up with answers to certain questions, but take them back in and put them through filter them through your cup rather than your sword. Okay, filter them through your intuition rather than the data that you have gathered from the outside world. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's get 3 cards on this, please. You guys definitely comment. Let me know if you like this spread, because I do. I like it a lot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, what do you have? 6 of Swords. I will take it. I will take that 4th card. And the 6 of Spears. We've got lots of 6s in the air. This is about victory. It's about moving forward, which is a great sign when it comes to this idea of intentions and directions. There's something, oh snap. This is a really clear message. How do you question the questioners? This doesn't really directly answer that question. But here's an example, I think, of you questioning the questioners. All right. There's somebody that you were working with to build something long term. You came together to build with somebody. Okay. Something permanent, something that would last, something that was something that was meant to last. That was the intention. But in that process, you looked around, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I carrying all the heavy stuff? Why am I carrying all the heavy stuff here? Because you know what? These aren't even my spears. Those aren't even my spears. I'm going to go ahead and just get in a boat and row away from this situation. Yes. This is a process that you underwent, probably, okay? Using your mental capacity. Go back over this process using your intuition. That's what you're being asked to do. As far as how to move forward, go back over that same process. If that resonates with you, you know what? That's right. I was working on something with somebody and I realized I was doing all the work and I had to take some space from it. However that applies to your life. Okay? Go back over that whole thought process, but do it using your intuition. You guys, that's a great message. Please understand, I'm not patting myself on the back when I say that. I'm like, thank you, Spirit. Yo, all of these messages, you got the 6 swords. You ride in with pride on out of this situation. That's really what I believe. Moving forward, whatever situation you're moving forward in, you will move forward victoriously. The Silver Geographer. So we have another card that talks about journeys. And this one's showing up in the West. This has to do with love and inspiration, relationships, but also that central point within us from which we relate to others. When he shows up in the West, he is telling us this: the best way to explore the landscape of a relationship is to listen to the other person's view and learn the deeper side of their nature. Don't try to dominate any more than you should give in to every request. Do you remember I said when you're in that chariot moving forward, you got to push the emperor out of the driver's seat? This is not a situation to control. This is a situation to observe using your intuition. Okay? Because what if you go back into this, or what if you see that other person's perspective and you're like, oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. If I open up my cup space and I listen from a place of love rather than from a place of logic, and I listen from a place of intuition, I might actually get a different message. So allow yourselves to hear this story a second time and view it through a completely different lens. All right? All right, so look at the many facets of your beloved's character, which are seldom as straightforward as you may think. Your ability to listen and respond is all important and should be cultivated as much as possible. Archangel Gabriel asks, how carefully are you listening? That's really interesting because this woman looks like the same lady who's in, there's a card from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck that is just called listening, and it looks like this lady sitting down. She's not moving forward in her path because she doesn't want to listen to the birds that are like, hey, you go this way. All right. How carefully are you listening at this time? And are you listening from your Ace of Swords space? Ooh, snap. How carefully are you listening? And they give us the Page of Swords reversed. You guys, that means probably not that well. Ooh, snap. You guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Eight of Spears. There needs to be conversation. There needs to be communication here. Because you remember how I said, how I brought in that image of the chariot? The chariot came out. Okay? Temperance is about healing. I feel like in the end, you're going to end up taking the facts that you know from your sword space, from your intellectual, rational space, and the intuitive information that you gain from your high priestess space, and balance those two together so that essentially the emperor and the high priestess are driving this chariot together. Okay? But are you listening? Nah. And honestly, you guys, I feel like there's a lot of suspicion. Okay? A lot of suspicion, a lot of I don't feel like this is the Seven of Swords. I don't feel like it's outright deception. I just feel like it's somebody trying to sneak away from a situation without looking at the other person's perspective. That's honestly the way that I feel. Because this messages, there's a crow here. These messages that are going to come through, your intuition is going to talk to you. These are the messages coming in from your person. Let me do it right. This is your intuition in the background being like, you know what? I think we should trust him. Or I think we should trust her. Or your intuition saying that little, he's not telling the truth, right? But whenever this conversation happens, open up your intuitive space and it's going to give you the information that you really need. All right. But make sure if you're in any conflict with anybody else right now, and you guys, now I look back at this, now that we've gone full circle, it could be the exact opposite. You could be coming completely from a place of emotion and not looking at it through the lens of facts and rational objectivity, like a bird's eye view of what's really going on, okay? So that's the message that I have for you guys today in each of these different areas of life. I want to end, because remember, it all comes back to you being in a period of transition. So I'm going to go back to another oracle deck that I've got here. These are my self-care cards. And we're going to look at how you guys can be taking a really good care of yourself at this time, Pisces. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what good message we've got for Pisces. How can they take really good care of themselves at this time? Opportunity. Oh my gosh, I have so many messages that come through with this chick from like the 1983 JCPenney catalog. All right, release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. But here's the thing. Come on. She's got this crescent moon, which has to do with intuition, but she's holding it down here near her sacral space, her sacral chakra, which is where we hold on to old emotions. All right? Okay? Bring it up here to the third eye so you can really see things clearly. All right? The High Priestess uses her intuition and reason to come to decisions. So make sure that you're tempering those two things. Don't make judgments, especially when it comes to a relationship with another person, based just on facts or just on intuition. You have the opportunity to bring in something new, something magical, something amazing, but it does require you to release your ties to the past, which is always, to me, it's all like, honey, don't get me wrong. That is a great haircut. It's a great hairdo and it's a great dress. But the 80s have been over for some time. This is the 2020s. Get a new wardrobe, baby doll. Get a new wardrobe. All right? Let go of the old. Make room for the new. That is the key to this transition process. Okay? Look at all this blue, by the way. Throat chakra energy. Lots of truth that you guys are coming into at this time. Truth about self, and I'm really proud of you for that. All right, I hope this reading resonated. I hope you guys are staying healthy, happy, and hopeful. Like the video if you're still around, and if you would like a personal reading to dive deeper into any of these areas of life, definitely hit me up at the information below. I'm running a special through the end of March. All right, take care, guys. I love you lots, and I'm always here for you. Bye.